What's up, everybody? Welcome to DCUO from the DCUO commentary. I'm bringing you this commentary today. Actually, I hadn't really planned on doing a video this evening, but I felt the need. I had to do it because Update 21 is on the PC test servers right now. So if you guys play on the PC and you are legendary, please, 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 please get on the test server. Test this stuff out. Do your part to help out the community as much as you can. I'm probably going to be getting on the test server here one day myself in the future. It's either going to be for home turf or whenever the fire update comes out. Speaking of which, no, the fire update is not in Update 21. I'm disappointed myself. I would really like to see it. However, I would rather see it, released to us when we don't have to worry about it being glitched or broken. So the longer they take to make sure everything's right, the better. And MEPS flat out said on the forums that they will release it when they are happy with it, and I am fine with that. Disappointed we haven't got it yet, yes, but I'm still I want it to be right. I want it to be good. I don't want to have the issues like we had with mental and gadgets, and still have issues with the gadgets, but that's neither here nor there. Well, that's another discussion. However, let's go ahead and let's talk about what we've got so far here. These are, keep in mind, folks, these are the patch notes for the PC test server. These may or may not actually remain on the update when it goes live. For starters, we are getting two new PvP maps. Well, not really two new ones, but we're getting one new one for regular arenas and for legends. This is taking place in the Inner Sanctum area there. This is the map they use at the SOE Live Legends Tournament on SOE Live in Las Vegas. It's, like I said, it's 2v2 Inner Sanctum. From my understanding, there's going to be two nodes. One, basically it's going to be who can contest the other node the longest. I'm guessing that's going to be the main strategy that you have to run with this arena. Also coming up in this, the biggest change, these are the big changes and all that. I'll get into the actual patch notes and everything here in a minute. But the other big changes coming up is they're introducing this auto loot system where basically you're not going to have to worry about, on the PS3, pressing the L2 and R2 buttons to make sure that you collect all of your loot. I don't know if what you guys do on the PC to do that, but on the PS3 it's not going to matter anymore. It's not going to matter anymore when this update comes up because you're going to automatically collect loot. So long as you have room in your inventory for the items, you're going to collect those items. If you don't have room in your inventory, then a little notification, you'll be notified that you don't have room in your inventory. You have to clear out space. So there's that for y'all. So there's one other big change. I'm going to get to it here in a little bit because I'm actually going to talk about this more than anything else, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about the patch notes here. Basically, they fixed some issues with the alerts where Arkham Asylum, Poison Ivy's is going to actually start fighting back in the final encounter with Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Scarecrow. You're going to get appropriate tiered research and development plan drops and components. So you don't have to worry, you're actually going to be getting tier 3 plans in that tier 3 content. Same for League of Assassins and Strikers Island. Also with the challenge patch here, an Old Gotham Subway, bosses in those challenges are going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be dropping tier 2 research and development plans. See, in general, tier 3 alerts now have a random daily bonus. Players who complete the daily will receive a bonus 50 marks of triumph for doing that, so that's a good thing too. Make sure you guys run that stuff. You're farming up there to get your marks of triumph for either completing your gear out, getting yourself geared up, or saving marks up to pay the rent on your belt, or saving them up in preparation for home turf. I'm telling you, I'm almost positive it's going to cost marks of triumph for that stuff. Also, they fixed an issue with the Mark of Legend ×5 box that you get from the PvP boxes. Sometimes you'll get, a thing for, 5 times Marks of Legend. But that's going to go directly into your currency from now on. It's not going to take up a spot in your inventory. So this time, when you click on it, it's not going to break that down into 5 separate marks, and you have to worry about, not having room in your inventory for that. That actually happened to me once, believe it or not. As big as my inventory is, it was actually almost full, and that happened to me. See, some mission changes here. The Queen of Lies, the Trident of Poseidon will now ground players attempting to escape its grasp. Lair of the Spectre, while in Spectre form, ranged attacks will work properly. Honestly, I don't know why anybody bothers using any kind of melee attacks whenever you get turned in that Spectre form, because you get that Shazam power right there, and that's all it takes to wipe out Eclipso. There's nothing happens. There's no, it doesn't change the type of loot that drops. And it's a basic one shot on them. It's really easy. So there's a little tip for you guys running that challenge or doing that mission. See, PvP, Headquarters Assault, match timer will no longer count down during the opening cutscene. This is nice because, if you stayed in that spawn for too long, after that you could accidentally end up getting kicked out of the match. Let's see here. Raids. In the Chasm, Superman and Lex are actually going to help participate more. Also, Crypto's Freeze Breath. I don't know what this means. Encasement no longer gives you hope of an early escape. I don't know if that means because it knocks you around or if it protects you from damage. It's been a while since I've had to worry about getting encased in that. See, they fixed an issue with the style here. For Checkmate Informant, chest piece no longer causes visual issues when equipped with certain weapon types. Fixed an issue with the style appearance for the Kabuki mask on female characters. And a couple of UI changes, one of which the styles and all that. You noticed you got that new save and reset buttons down there. They're going to work properly. Now on to the big thing that I wanted to talk about here. This is the big change. This is going to be a major change, and it's going to be a change a lot of people probably aren't going to be happy with. This is the new combat requirement for boss loot. Change that they're putting in here. Basically, how it breaks down is this. I'm going to read this word for word, and then I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to explain my reasons why I like this. All Tier 2 through Tier 4 challenges, duos, alerts, and raids now only award tiered loot drops to players that meet the combat rating requirement. Players who do not meet the minimum combat rating will still earn marks of triumph, marks of war, and cash when appropriate, but will not be eligible to roll on gear. What does this mean? This means your walk-ins into gates to try and get your CR up are fruitless now. You're still going to get marks of war for doing it, but you're not going to be able to roll on any of that Amazonian gear. So you guys are going to have to start basically, to put it bluntly, earning your combat ratings. All right, earning your ability to get into that content and get that gear. You're going to have to get your combat rating up, whether it's through actually getting your gear up and getting the gear that you need to get your combat rating up, or it's putting the mods on the gear that you have to get that combat rating to 70. Doesn't really matter. You're not going to be able to get that Amazonian gear in there anymore. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are not going to be happy about this. Me personally, I've still got alts. I've got a lot of alts, to be honest with you, that I would like to be able to get their combat rating up. But the fact of the matter is, I don't really have their skill points up either. Point in case, I've got 2 alts. Actually, technically, I've got 3 alts. I'll admit. I'll basically call them my main alts. Their combat ratings are higher than their skill points. Being an experienced player, I can get away with that a little bit. But the majority, both, let's see, my Earth alt, this one right here I'm playing, she's actually got over 70 skill points. My mental alt, I've got him up to 64 skill points right now. My electricity, I think she's still hovering around 50 or something like that. But I've got enough skill points to pick up all the innates I need for doing their main jobs. Whether it's tanking, controlling, or healing. So I mean, it doesn't really affect my ability to be able to do my job really well. I'm talking more about the people who have like an 80 plus CR with only like 30 skill points or 32 skill points. You guys are gonna have to start earning. I mean, you're gonna be trying to do that with other tunes now. You're gonna have to start earning that gear and earning it the correct way. I mean, honestly. There's multiple reasons why they do this. One is because, or why they're doing this. One, I'm pretty sure it's because there's a lot of people have been complaining on the forums about these people who are not very skilled coming into like tier 4 content, not knowing what their job is, and basically it kind of wrecks the raid for everybody. I mean, not that a lot of these raids are overly difficult, but I mean, it kind of wrecks the raid for everybody when you are basically being carried by all these people, and they're expecting you to be good at what you're doing, because you have the gear for it. I mean, that's why you see people shouting more now for what how many skill points you have, also along with what your combat rating is. So. And of course, it's easy to lie, about how many skill points you have, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. Fact of the matter is, though, I mean, that's basically, I mean, the only way you can find out if somebody is experienced in their role, by asking them what their skill points are, because that denotes more than the combat rating, how much, somebody's dedicated towards that tune, and that role that they're playing to be a positive contributor to the group. But another reason why they're doing it is because, and Meps has told me this, himself on a live stream on Sourcecast one time. They don't like it when y'all skip content. I mean, the developers have put a lot of work into the content we have in this, we have access to in this game. Like I said, you guys are cheating yourselves. I've said this before. You guys are cheating yourselves by skipping all that content. You're cheating yourselves on, feats that you can get. You're cheating yourselves on fun content to run and play. You're cheating yourselves, and not only that, but you're killing the longevity of the game for yourself too. I mean, yeah, everybody wants to get, max out their gear and become, have really powerful tunes, strong tunes and all that for the content in this game. But at the same time, the content's there for you to do it, and it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult at all. To get yourself geared up in this game. There's so much content that all you earn is marks of triumph now. And yeah, I mean, it's a huge jump in cost to get your, tier 3 armor. But then again, look at all the tier 1 and tier 2 content that you guys can run, I mean, as much as you can possibly on a daily basis, to work towards getting that tier 3 gear. I mean, it's not that difficult. You guys, some folks out there make it sound like it is, and it's really not. I know, people are, say stuff about, it's not, it's hard, to get groups and everything like that. The queues take forever to get in there. All right, one, it's not that hard to get groups, because sooner or later people are going to realize, that, they need to start running this content. Even guys who are, full tier 4 like myself. I mean, I still run, the tier 3 challenges, whenever I have the chance to on the game. Simply because, one, there's a piece of gear that drops in there, but two, I do it for the reward boxes and the tier 3 plans that drop. I either collect those, sell them, or I give them to my owns. But and when I've got the time and I got the people available, I'm gonna start jumping in these tier 3 alerts as well, because there's gear in there that I need to get to complete styles out. So I mean, it's not that there's not people. I mean, there's people out there that are willing to run this content. But the biggest thing is, and that's why I'm saying that, I'm pretty sure Home Turf is going to cost March of Triumph, is because they're wanting people to run in it and do this content. The developers really want this people to do this content, and the main reason why is because they've worked so hard on it. That's why I believe, all this, people are going to start running March of Triumph content a lot more here in the future. I can almost guarantee it. Anyways, that's it for the patch notes and all that. I'm not going to link the patch notes in the description simply because these are not written in stone. Also, on the PC test server, I forgot to mention this, Hal Jordan and Sinestro are on the marketplace on the test server. So folks are testing that stuff out too. So make sure you guys on the PC do that as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do so by giving it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Until next time, you guys all take care. Bye. Oh, and the winter content update, all right, the seasonal, that's going to be added to the test server as well. That's going to be part of update 21. All right? All right, you guys take care. Bye.